Hello, everybody. My name is Tracey Mcbeath. Welcome to the very first lived experiences in metabolic health and healing global. I am thrilled that you're here, and I am so excited for what you are going to witness in these talks. They are phenomenal. And I really want to start firstly by thanking from the bottom of my heart every single one of the speakers that put their hand up to be a part of this when I asked them, and then actually opened their hearts and minds wide up so that you may learn from their experience and gain the insight that you need to then put this back into your life to really improve your own health trajectory, improve your metabolic health, and to live a vibrant life. And I am in no way saying that anything that is contained in here you have to do. In fact, I would encourage you to become a critical thinker and see that there's no one way to health. There's no one path to health. It's up to you to work out from what the speakers share and from what you know, what you want to put into your life. But put something into your life. So, what I know from the bottom of my heart is that knowledge on its own is not power. We can sit in the space of learning and gaining knowledge for our whole lifetime, but not put into action the knowledge that we've gained. So, it's only really applied knowledge that is power. So, I encourage you to apply some of the information that you get from here. And you will know what it is. Because, in a sense, we all have that feeling inside that tells us what it is that we need to do. We just don't necessarily have the roadmap to know how to do it. And, for humans, change is not designed to be easy. We're not meant to change because change is risky. To our ancestors, it could have meant death. But for us in the modern world, it keeps us stuck. It keeps us from getting the metabolic health and living the vibrant life that we absolutely all deserve. So I just want to put a little bit of context around the talks that you are about to witness. So firstly, I want you to see that while they are all different, they're all sharing a different topic, they're all sharing from a different experience, there are some recurring themes that you're going to see throughout these talks. So, what are they? I want you to see that listening for themes does help you take in some real information. We really, we tend to look for specific details when actually, if we take that little bit of a step back and see the themes, we're going to get access to a lot more insight. So let's look at what those themes are. Well, firstly, every single one of the speakers that you're going to hear in this event have changed that what they believe it takes to thrive and be metabolically well. So as I said just then, it does go against our human design to do that, and it takes a huge amount of courage to do so. So when we can hear the stories of those that have done so, we get the hope and to know that we can do this for ourselves as well. The second theme or thread, if you like, in that flows in between all of these speakers is that no matter how much knowledge we share or information we give, if we're not willing to question what we currently believe, we won't open ourselves up to change. We may even dig our toes in deeper to our current beliefs. This again is a normal part of the human experience, and we only do this when we misunderstand that that's how our mind works. So, when we want to challenge what we believe, when we want to change what we believe, we have to understand that we have to go against our mind to do so. But it's one of these concepts that once we see it, we don't get stopped by it anymore. So, that's another theme you will see. They've been willing to question what they believed it took. And many of the people in this event are doctors. And that's taken a huge amount of courage to go against what they've been taught and what the Western world still promotes as being optimal metabolic health. Your mind, my mind, their mind is essentially belief blind. You have to understand and know this in order to unlock change, growth, and to give yourself the opportunity to reach your health and life potential. Challenging our beliefs absolutely feels scary because of a misunderstanding. But my hope is by the end of this, not weekend, but 6 days, you will see this fear and not let it hold you back any longer. We can see something like fear from a distance when we understand it. We can see that it's not who we are, it's just simply a function of our mind, and we can then easily step beyond it. But this is what, but how do we do that, right? So this is one of my tools that I use within my coaching that I want to share with you, which does help you to open your mind and step beyond the innate fear that it will bring when we challenge what we believe and we want to change what we believe. This is my considering cup. Now you can get any cup, you can get anything, a bowl, it doesn't have to be a cup. But what I want you to do, or what I encourage you to do while you're watching these talks, is every time you hear one of the speakers say something that your mind wants to instantly dismiss, and you'll know it because you'll be like, oh, that's ridiculous. I could never do that. I'm too old. I don't want to do that. That's too hard. What a load of rubbish. Where's the evidence for that? I don't, blah, 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 blah. All of that is a function of your mind trying to stop you from changing what you believe because, as I said, it's risky. But you get to take control and take the power back from that when you understand it. And the considering cup is an easy way to do it. So all you need to do is write it on a piece of paper. What did the speaker say that challenged your mind? Write it down, put it in the considering cup. That automatically gives you the space to decide whether there's something in that for you or not. You're not letting your belief blind mind decide. You're leaving it in there, and you can come back to it in a day or two or whenever you're ready and have a look at it. Now, it still might not be something that you want to pursue and an idea that you want to change or challenge. But at least you've given yourself some space to decide for you and to listen to your heart as to whether there is something that resonates within your heart with that, even though your mind might be saying fear and all these other things, that negative bias that it tends to have. You get to create the space to decide whether there's something that you want to work towards within that. So that was the first one, the first theme that you're going to see. They've all challenged and been willing to change and overcome the innate hurdles that we face when it comes to challenging our beliefs. Now, the second theme you're going to see throughout all of these talks is that they have built strength from their struggles. In the moment of struggle, when we're suffering, we don't see it as character building or strength building. We see it as suffering. But what we do know is when we've overcome it and we've looked back, we'll see that actually in those struggles is when we remember who we are, we tap into our innate resilience, and we remind ourselves just how strong we are when it comes to living, in this modern world and choosing to do the things that we know for ourselves are what it takes when they're taking us towards metabolic health and a vibrant life. So I want to share a story called the Swamp Story. Many of you may have heard me share this story before, but if you haven't, it is a really incredible story to help you understand the challenges of changing your lifestyle. Because let me tell you, it's not the knowledge that's going to get you stumped. It's going to be you overcoming your mind that wants to feel a certain way or, have things look a certain way before you change your actions. So let me tell you the swamp story. So imagine that you are an intrepid explorer and you have been told that in this place, in a far off land, is your ancestors. And you will be the first person ever to go there and uncover this mystery and to find your ancestors. You've been told they're there. You know they're there, but nobody has ever been there before. And you, as the intrepid explorer, know that this is a dream and it is a gift of a lifetime. So you set out on this adventure. But on your way, you come across this swamp. Oh, you hate swamps, right? You hate the cold. You hate the dark, the murkiness. You hate not knowing what's in it. And there might be spiders and snakes and eels and disgusting things in it. So you're standing with your toes on the edge of that swamp. You have two choices, and you only have two. You can turn back because of fear and never, ever, ever live your dream. And actually, at the end of your days, if you do that, the one thing you would regret is that you didn't go through the swamp. Or you can take one foot in front of the other and head into the swamp. Do you have to like it? No. Is it going to be easy? No. Do you have to feel like it before you step in? No. You just have to step in and know that at the end of this swamp is what you're seeking. And that's what lifestyle change is. We live in a murky swamp, essentially. You know, we live in a modern world where there is so much that has been corporatized, and we've been fed so much crap and so many lies, and so many of the modern patterns that we've encountered are actually making us sick. But to change that, we have to go through the metaphorical swamp to get to the metabolic health that we absolutely deserve to have. But you don't have to enjoy it. You don't have to like that. In fact, that is one of the things you have to let your mind, you have to navigate around. Because if you sit there expecting it to be fun, expecting it to be easy, and expecting your mind to offer you a feeling to do it, you'll never do it. And you'll be waiting a lifetime, and you'll get to some point in your life and you'll look back and you will regret that you didn't take the steps to head into the swamp, and you didn't just step over all the fear and the feelings and the thoughts of your mind to do it, knowing that what you seek is on the other side, and the only way to get there is to go through the swamp. So let's have a little look. This is the number 3. This is the third theme. So the first one is that they've challenged their beliefs. The second one is they've found strength in their struggles. And the third one is that they've seen that metabolic health is the basis of overall health and well-being. I just want to put a little bit of context around what does metabolic health mean. Many of you may understand it, but for those of you watching, you might not. So I want you to understand that metabolism, we all know that word. Metabolism is your body's powerhouse. This is how your brain and your body make and use energy. And metabolic health is the performance of your powerhouse, essentially how well this system works. And that's what separates us all, right? So my goal for myself and my clients is to help them have optimal metabolic health, which means that the performance of their powerhouse, right, their body's metabolism, how their brain and body make energy, functions well. So they feel vibrant, they have a lot of energy, they're not tired, they're not run down, they're showing up to every day of their life and grabbing it, living from a place of who they are, knowing who they are, and doing all the things in their day, making all the choices in their day to help their metabolic health be as optimal as it can. So, how it works, as in how your metabolic health works, is largely dependent upon the inputs it receives from your environment. So, does it receive that which helps it work best for you, or that which makes it a struggle for you? Now, your environment is everything that's in your immediate world, but it's also everything that's in your mind. All the things you take in your mind, the fears, the anxieties, all of that is messages. It's a language. It's signals to your mitochondria. Now, your mitochondria They are your metabolic powerhouse, basically. So it's not just how they make energy, but it's the signals and the information they receive from what you put in your mouth, what you put in your brain, what you take in through your eyes. So whether it's natural light or junk light, all of that is information to our body, and all of that impacts how it works and whether it's going to be a struggle and find it really difficult to make the energy it needs for you and keeping you healthy and vibrant, or whether it does it effortlessly. So, really, it's the difference between feeling like that and feeling like that. I know how I want to feel, and I know that I'm responsible for all the choices I make in each day, and whether I choose to go through the swamp or not, whether I do the things I know are helping my powerhouse to thrive and function well or not. Or am I sitting back waiting for a feeling of motivation or whatever it is that we've labeled as a feeling? What am I doing? I know that's up to me because I want to feel like that. And in fact, I do now. But 12 years ago, when I turned 40, I felt like the other one and I looked like the other one. And life was a struggle. And I was in the swamp every day, but I wasn't heading towards the nirvana, if you like. I was just, every day was a swamp. It doesn't have to be like that. You can get to that one. So that's what I wanted to put around as a context and to welcome you and to encourage you to take your time. You have 3 months to go through these talks. They will become available to you over 6 days, starting today. And I just hope that you really get as much as you can out of them. But don't let the knowledge, don't let what you see sit here. Take it to your heart, take it further, take it into your life. That is the only way that knowledge actually truly becomes power when it's applied. Thank you so much for being here. Please reach out if I can help you in any way. If you get stuck watching any recordings or something's not working, don't stress about it. Send me an email, Tracey at traceymcbeath.com.au. I will respond and I will help you. But everything's solvable. You just have to ask. Don't sit there and don't ask. Bye.